When it comes to growing and eventually exiting a business, most founders are thinking about revenue, profit, and growth metrics. But what most buyers are looking for is something a little bit deeper. How dependent is the business on you as the founder? If everything falls apart without you, your valuation is going to take a hit. But if your business can run and grow independent of you, that's where you really add some real enterprise value, sometimes 8 figures or more. And this is exactly where virtual assistants come into the picture. They don't just save you time, but they eliminate that key man risk. They build systems that scale, and they create the kind of business that real buyers actually want to buy. My name's Chris Martin. I've built 3 7-figure businesses, and I've helped thousands of founders at this point hire and scale by hiring virtual assistants. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how VAs can help you increase the valuation of your business, protect against risk, and make your company way more attractive to a prospective buyer. So no matter where you're at in your business, the one thing that you need to understand today, right now, if you take anything away from this video, is that exit planning starts right now. Most founders are only thinking about exit planning, which is selling their business, when it actually comes time to sell, when they're actually ready to do it. Now, regardless of whether or not you plan to sell your business one day, you can still take a lot away from this video, and you should still be building your business according to all the principles that I'm about to teach you. Not just because it's going to increase the enterprise value of your business, but because it's fundamentally going to help you make a more structurally sound, robust, profitable business that's better for you and just better in general. The correct mindset to approach your business with, whether you're multiple years into it or you're just starting off, is that you need to start with the end in mind from day one. The earlier you start to eliminate the risks within your business and you start systematizing everything, the quicker you can start to increase the valuation of your business and, like I said earlier, just build a better business. Let's talk about the problem of key man risk. The buyer of your business doesn't want to acquire a job. What they want to acquire is a machine that runs without you and is not dependent on one specific person. Now, key man risk is usually going to be prevalent in most businesses, especially the early stage ones and the startups. Key man risk basically means that you have a key person within your business where if that person leaves or fails or whatever happens, your business is going to suffer and you're going to have a bad time. This could really be in any area of your business, but it's usually going to be in like a very specific key area that is super crucial to not screw up. It could be a salesperson or your head of sales. It could be the operator of your business, the head of marketing, someone like that. What it's not is, let's say you have 100 customer service reps and one of them leaves. That's not key man risk because you've got 99 others. But if you have someone that's operating the day-to-day and are super crucial within your business, that person has key man risk. Most of the time in a small business, you, the founder, you're the key man risk. If you step away from the business, your revenue is going to plummet. Things are not going to be going well. If you go and hire even just one VA to back you up, to build redundancy into the work that you're doing, that's going to spread out risk. It's going to make your business less founder dependent. It'll spread out all the responsibilities that maybe you're doing day to day, and it's just going to ensure continuity if you're present or not. Now, ideally, what you want to do as you start growing your business is you want to start thinking about key man risk, not just for the work that you're involved with day to day, but you want to start thinking about it in every single department within your business. In any workflow, you should have redundancy. If you don't have redundancy built in, then you're exposed to key man risk. And if that person leaves that's doing that work, again, you're not going to have a good time. Especially if they quit without notice, you're going to have to go out to the market, find some brand new people, interview them, train them, all that stuff. So as you're growing your business, you need to take a certain percentage of your profits and deploy it back into more staff to build in redundancy and eliminate key man risk. When you go to sell your business, if that's your goal, the buyer of your business is going to look at this, and if they see a lot of redundancy built in, it's going to be a safer business for them to acquire, step into, and operate. So naturally, they're going to pay you more money for that. The great thing about hiring VAs, and like sometimes I don't like using the term VAs because sometimes people think it's just for basic work, but really when I say the term VAs, I'm talking about just hiring anyone outside the US. But the great thing is that you can go and hire people for any role, whether it's basic customer service all the way up to a CFO that you're hiring who used to work for PricewaterhouseCoopers in New York. I don't care what the role is within your business, you can go and hire highly skilled professionals in markets like Latin America, the Middle East, the Philippines, or South Africa. All right, so the next thing you have to be thinking about if you're planning to sell your business, and again, even if you're not, you should be still doing this anyways, is you need to have well-documented systems. Now, personally, me as a founder, I'm much better at sales and marketing naturally. And when it comes to SOPs and systems and documenting everything, like just I'd have no interest. But regardless of my personal desire to go work on these types of things day to day, they're highly, highly necessary, not just to make sure that my business is a well-oiled machine, but when I package this sucker up and I go to sell it, if I decide to do that one day, the person who's buying it is basically going to have a handbook on exactly how everything works within the business. Now, conversely, if you have a business where everything's scattered, nothing's documented, you got a lot of key man risk, and someone comes into the business and they're like, who does what and how does this happen? I don't know what's going on. They're going to pay you less for that business compared to if you had neatly laid everything out in SOPs and workflows and described exactly what everyone's responsibilities are, and they can step in from day one and have a good understanding of how the business works. That's what you want to work towards, and that's what you want to create as you're building your business. Now, there's a guy that helps me with this particular staffing company that this YouTube channel is about. He's essentially my operations manager. He runs the day-to-day of my business. He oversees my team. And when we were just getting going, he had come in and he actually built out dozens of SOPs for my business and helped train my team on those. So I'm doing the same thing as I'm growing and scaling this one particular business out of my 3 that I've built. I'm making sure to document everything along the way. This also comes incredibly in handy when you hire new people, because you can take all these SOPs and documented processes and give them to somebody once they come into your company for the first time, and you can onboard them much more successfully and much more effectively. The moral of the story is that when the buyer of your business sees a fully documented operation, they're going to pay you a premium because they see stability. And like I said before, you can just hire someone to create all these SOPs and documentations for you. Okay, the next principle that I want you to think about as you're growing your business is I want you to create a business that is designed to run and grow without you being present. Building a business that runs and continues to get bigger without you is a whole different other animal. Delegating work to your team members, whether they're onshore or offshore, isn't just about saving time. It's really fundamentally about building a well-oiled machine that operates and gets work done without you having to oversee it or micromanage. As you're building your team and you're hiring VAs offshore, you're going to hire people to do all of the repetitive tasks day to day, whether it's onboarding clients, servicing the clients, maybe it's scheduling, reporting. And when you build out those systems in every area of your business that run without you, and you have your marketing systematized, and you have your sales team systematized and managed by a competent sales manager, then you really create a business that's structurally sound. There's no key man risk. You've got all the SOPs built out. All the departments feed into each other, and the buyer of your business is going to look at that and their eyeballs are going to light up with dollar signs. The reason why all these principles that I'm talking about will easily create 7 figures in value, if not 8 figures in value, is because the value of your business isn't just purely tied to profit. It's also tied to the stability of your business and risk reduction. If you eliminate key man risk, you have all your processes documented, you can prove everything's scalable because you've built all the systems that are needed to do that, and without you being present, you're going to get a much higher multiple, which means more money for you. Now, let me give you a quick example. In scenario A, you've got a business doing $2 million of profit, but it's highly dependent on the founder. Maybe this one gets a 2 to 3x multiple on the profit. And then you've got scenario B, same profit, not dependent on the founder. Everything's highly systematized. There's no key man risk. Everything's very robust and structurally sound. That one gets a 5 to 7x multiple, which is obviously over double the amount of money. That's really the true difference that hiring VAs can make when you're building your business. It literally can result in 8 figures of extra enterprise value in your pocket. All right, so to wrap up everything that I just went over in this video, the main takeaways are that VAs aren't just for basic work. They're really essential assets when it comes to exit planning. The lower labor cost of hiring in these other countries that I mentioned can bring real robustness and stability and redundancy that your business truly needs. You're investing not only into great talent offshore at a much lower amount compared to the US, but you're also investing into the enterprise value of your business should you decide to sell in the future. The VAs that you hire are going to build SOPs. They're going to significantly reduce the dependence on you, which even if you're not going to sell, why would you not want that? And they're going to help create a business that buyers actually want to buy. And that's exactly how hiring VAs can add 8 figures to your business valuation. At the end of the day, the buyer of your business, they're not just going to look at profit, they're also going to look at risk. And if because of the way that you set up your business, it's just too reliant on you as the founder, you are literally leaving, I'm not even exaggerating, millions of dollars on the table. And the truth is, building a team of direct hire VAs, creating documented systems and removing yourself from the day-to-day, it doesn't just buy back your time. It can literally add 7 to 8 figures, millions of dollars to your business. And that's exactly what we help business owners just like you do. My team sources, vets, interviews, and places true A-player VAs directly into your business so they can become an integral part of your robust and resilient operation. So if you're serious about building and growing a business that runs without you so you can sell it at a premium one day, just click that link below to book a call. We'll walk you through exactly how we can help you build the right team.